here we go. It is collection day. There's my glasses, which I'm going to have to stab me in the ears. Ow, ow. There, done. Yeah, it's collection day. We have what is my first bike that I've owned, oh god, in like what, 11 years or something. I passed my test, bought a Yamaha TRX, crashed my Yamaha TRX, carried on for a little bit, but then kind of fell out of love with biking a little bit. Didn't ride for years. Started riding shiny press bikes for Car Throttle and then Visordown. Subsequently left Visordown and Car Throttle, and obviously thought, well, now's a good time to buy a bike. And here it is, a 950 quid Triumph Sprint 955. Now, yeah, it's a bit tatty in places. Still has fly splats on the front, but you know, I'll forgive the seller Rob for that because he's a very nice chap. Yeah, a bit tatty, a bit faded. I wonder if a bit of like rubbing compound might bring out a bit of the colour. I do like how, yeah, when fuel injection was a bit more of a novelty, digital fuel injection, you've got to shout about it on the bike. This is baffled. The baffle's somewhere in there, so it's not easy to remove, but I'll probably get the baffle in because, to be honest, I think it's loud enough, but it's not excessively loud. So yeah, I think that will be, I'll be able to cope with that. I don't want to upset anyone or get any unwanted attention. Yeah, and this is really the first proper ride. I had a very brief ride kind of up and down the road just to kind of check it sort of moved and functioned vaguely. So I haven't been over about like 20 miles an hour, and also I just realised I don't actually have a clue where I'm going, so I better sort that out. Put my cardo on. There we go, starts absolutely fine. They even come with a full tank of fuel. Yeah, the steering feels a bit heavy. I wonder if tyre pressure's probably what I'm doing. But yeah, conditions, as you can see, are pretty flipping manky. Yeah, I reckon this will be a pretty gentle ride home. What we'll probably do actually is we'll reconvene when the weather is a bit nicer. Yeah, being so used to new bikes means I'm used to things like traction control, and also exhausts that you can't really hear, that kind of like disappear into the wind like a wet fart over about, you know, 40 miles an hour. Yeah, a bit of a learning experience for me, or relearning obviously, because, you know, I have ridden old bikes before, just not for years and years and years. And this is an old bike actually, you know, you kind of I kind of think, oh, 2001, that's not that long ago, and you think, oh shit, no, actually it's like 20 and a bit, you know, hang on, 25, 20, well, no, not quite, 23 years, enough anyway. Yeah, that's a good noise for 950 quid really, isn't it? It feels alright actually, it doesn't feel, you know, you're always worried that it's going to maybe feel a bit soggy, but so far, I do like triples. Got sort of mid-range torque of a twin, top end rush of a 4. I'm not really a big fan of inline 4s. Oh, it's just like grime all over my helmet. It's just disgusting. It's kind of not the first ride I wanted on it, but so far, yeah, happily sitting at 60. Everything feels fine. As I say, steering fault maybe a little bit heavy, so I don't know if it needs tyre pressures looking at possibly. You know, it has sat for a few months. The suspension is fine, brakes. Yeah, they do something. Not, you know, the most powerful in the world, but it's okay. It's a bit of sort of playing the lever before anything actually happens. Yeah, do like. So I was worried that I would be waiting weeks for a bit of dryish weather with which to have my first proper go on Sprint 955, but no, actually, yeah, we're only, what are we, week and a bit on from the purchase. Yeah, and the thing that slowed it down is not really the weather, it's yeah, because I might have bought something else, but that's a tale for another time. But anyway, today is about this bike and not the other one, more on which soon. Oh, it sounds good. Bit of a blip. Oh yes. Yeah, because the weather on the way back, it was frankly appalling. Oh, fuck me, be careful. Yeah, but now roads are mostly dry. It is cold. There are damp patches, so I can't be too silly. But yeah, generally, all right. And so far, I am loving this triple. Now it revs quite a bit lower than like a lot of the modern Triumph triples. So I did see the 765. Is that about 12,000? I don't know. 765 is about that. The big 1200 is about that. And yeah, I think this is probably similar to the 660s. This is capping out just before, I think the fuel cut is just before 10,000 RPM. But on the way there, it does make a really, really nice noise, and it feels very quick actually as well. It's not the lightest thing, I think it's about 220 kilos this, but on its way there, it sounds fabulous. For a baffled exhaust as well, this does still sound quite loud. But you know, that might be just because I'm used to a lot of the modern Euro 5 stuff, which is, yeah, properly strangled. But this, with aftermarket cam, which is a Delcovic, I think. Yeah, low speeds, it does feel like a bit of a unit. Not just in the weight, but also, yeah, these fairings, they poke out quite a bit. When you're manoeuvring at low speed, you find you've got, like, your legs feel very very wide out, a bit greasier here. But yeah, get up to a decent speed. Look at me, yeah, right in the middle, load of mud. The downside of riding this time of year. Oh, we are on first, okay, ready? Not the most grippy seat, so yeah. As soon as you go wide open throttle, you find yourself kind of sliding back a bit. But the great thing is, you know, if you don't want a sports tourer, that engine, we did it in the Speed Triple, we did it in the Daytona 955, and they're all pretty cheap. These, I think, are probably the cheapest of all. That's the thing, that's the reason why I didn't even look at Daytonas. I think they tend to be a little bit more, it's these sort of sports tourers from the 90s and early 2000s that no one really seems to want. I can't work out why. I mean, a lot of them are, you know, to borrow a phrase that my friend Tim Rody loves, a bit orthopedic to look at. Yeah, and they can be a little bit heavy, but they're really nice to ride, they're comfortable, they still do handle reasonably well. You kind of just got to be a bit more positive, I guess, with your steering inputs. It's not the quickest steering thing in the world, it needs some encouragement, shall we say. Oh, hello. Well, since we slowed down, it'd be rude not to. I don't think I will get bored of, yeah, rev match downshifts on this for some time. Some nice crackles from that exhaust as well. It's not too, I know I said it was a bit vocal for a baffled exhaust, but it's not that rude actually. It's not too bad. I have got standard count. I don't think I'll bother putting it on. It made, I think, probably all of about, it was something stupid like £2 difference declaring it on the insurance. So far, I'm really impressed with this. It was sat for a week and a half, started up just fine. I guess it's the joy of having a older bike with no trackers or anything like that. What am I going to do with this bike? I don't know, what do you think? Should I could take it on track, I could take it touring, or just generally bimble about on it. I don't know if to tidy it up or not. Yeah, it would be nice to try and source those missing trim bits. Yeah, seat kelp, wants a bit of glue, I can fix that and put that back on because I'm not going to be taking pillions on this. It needs a damn good clean still. I know I was saying about it being a bit faded. I'm not sure the paint is actually faded, I think it's just dirt. That's the thing with red paint. You get a bit of dirt on it and it starts to look quite faded. I'm like an adventure bike down here. But generally I'm just quite keen to ride it, really. And the good thing is, this is not the best time of year for riding. but you know, I'd feel less precious about taking this on salty roads because, well, frankly, it cost me 950 quid. So basically everything on this bike has been kind of self-service. I'm trusting that the previous owner, well, the previous owner has done it all and has been fastidious enough. Apparently he was just some old guy who just loved to tinker, so hopefully he knew what he was doing. But fork has, I think, been rebuilt. I think it's had some rear shock work done on it as well, and yeah, certainly suspension seems alright. It's kind of firmer than I expected it to be, actually. I thought it would be kind of soft and quite soggy, but no, there's a bit of stiffness to it. It doesn't wallow, it's settling nicely over these bumps. As mentioned, steering is not that quick, but you know, just push the bars a bit more, whatever. So yeah, that is my bargain Triumph Sprint 955. So far, very pleased with it. I'm sure we'll have lots more adventures to come on this bike. What do you think I should do with it? Let me know in the comments. I've made a few suggestions, but yeah, I kind of lack any sort of imagination really, so let me know if you can think of anything. Hello YouTube, and welcome to a train platform which I'm standing on in full bike gear, which can only mean one thing. I've gone a bit carried away on Facebook Marketplace again. It'll be fine, maybe. Thank you very much, Nathan. Cross those fingers.